Hi everyone, welcome to our panel discussion on hustle culture among Gen Z. This topic is definitely shaping how we live, study, and work, and think about success. But I'm Fanny, your moderator. With me, Arnadin, who will be sharing her insight as our panelist, and Avan, representing our audience with some question and reflection. Let's get right into it. Nadine, could you explain what is hustle culture and why is it such a big thing for Gen Z?
Well, thank you, Fanny. So, hustle culture is basically this belief that we should always be productive. Like, we must creating something, studying, working, or anything. We cannot wasting time. Like the meaning of hustle itself, it's mean to move hurriedly. So people are doing things in very rapid pace. For Gen Z, it's intense because we're growing up seeing people on our age on TikTok or LinkedIn launching side hustle and crushing it 24/7. And that's pressure, well, that's intense because most of our generation is scared of failing and quite having fear of missing out. Even resting can feel like a failure. You lay down to relax and suddenly your brain goes like, shouldn't you be doing something? Well, yeah, that's what we call of hustle culture.
Well, that's really relatable. Now, I like to bring our audience voice. But, Avan, I know you have something that you like to ask Nadine, right?
Yes, thank you, Fanny. Nadine, that's totally it. I want to ask, how much do you think social media affect this whole other pressure? Because honestly, I see posts about grading every day, and it makes me feel like I'm not doing enough.
How much social media affect this hustle culture? It's 100%. Social media is a huge part of it. We're constantly exposed to people showing off their success, new jobs, new projects, new businesses, and we start comparing without even realizing it. But here's the thing, we only see their highlight reel, not their behind the scenes struggle. And we think we have to match that energy 24/7. It's unrealistic. And I think that we also should know about our potential and how people grows also different. It's same as how people get their success. It's different, right? It's different to one and another. And don't forget to use the social media wisely. I think that will help to reduce the effect of hustle culture on social media.
Well, that's such an important reminder. But, Nadine, some people argue that hustle culture can be a good thing, that it builds character and drive. What do you think?
Well, yeah, it's true. Actually, hustle culture isn't 100% bad. It can motivate us to be ambitious, disciplined, and creative, right? Well, the problem is when it's become constant, like we feel guilty for taking a break. Actually, it's remind me to a psychologist. She once said that when resting feels like a failure, that's a red flag. That's really stuck with me, and it should be a reminder for all of us when hustle culture isn't bad if we know how to imply it to ourselves.
Well, I love that. Afan, do you have another question or maybe self-reflection?
I do. I have some friends, and honestly, I have been there too. We're just running on empty. For me, there was this time during final where I was doing coursework, helping with a community event, and try to freelance all at once. I didn't sleep properly for a week, but I still feel like I wasn't doing enough. and it's like no one told me to do out there. I pressure myself because I thought rest was a waste of my time. That's mindset it messes with me. So now I try to remind myself doing less doesn't mean I'm falling, it means I'm human. But Nadine, how can we or you tell if someone burning out, and how do you help them?
That's a great question. Thank you so much. First thing first, I would like to respond to your experience. Thank you for sharing. It's such a great example on how hustle culture affects us, and it's great that you're already noticing and doing less. And yeah, sometimes less is more. Don't worry about it. Now, on how do we know if someone is experiencing burnout? One major sign is when someone always tired but still refuse to rest, or they feel like they haven't earned it. That's burnout. The best way to help? Well, you can just be there. Say something like, you don't have to do everything. Listen to them without trying to fix them. That alone can mean a lot for them.
That's honestly such powerful reminder. Well, I think we forgot that sometimes the kindest thing that we can do is just show up for each other and no advice, no pressure. And I also want to add, as someone who sees to be on both sides, well, there's strength in stepping back. Like taking a break is a skill. Knowing when to pause is emotional maturity. So, I hope everyone watching this feel a little less guilty about this breathing. Hustle culture may push us to grow. If we don't protect our mental health, it drains us. Let's remind each other it's okay to rest. You're enough, even when you're not doing anything. So, thanks for joining us and take care.